Hi Stampers, my name is Lori Helvig and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Welcome to Lori's Stampin' Creations. Today I'd like to share with you a little tip or trick that I learned from my friend and demonstrator Cheryl Deemer, and she learned it from Linda Heller. So between Linda and Cheryl, this is how I learned this technique today. So here are the three cards, and I'll get those back to those in just a minute. But basically this little technique it involves our sanding blocks that we used to sell with Stampin' Up! Now, if you don't have one of these old Stampin' blocks, just use some sort of sandpaper that's very fine. You don't want anything coarse for this technique. But if you take our silver and gold foil sheets, okay, I'm going to start out with the gold. And I've got a piece of pink paper. Maybe it'll show up a little better if I use it on there. But just a little scrap of gold paper. And you just simply sand this. And if you sand all over side to side or whatever, it just kind of roughs it up, and it actually shows silver and gold together. I don't know if you can see that. I've got a bigger piece I'll show you in a minute. But it's just kind of a cool way to get the foil sheets, add some extra color in there. The silver is not quite as pretty as the gold is, but it still has a good, antiquing effect. Okay, so I'll bring my bigger pieces in. Like I said, the silver is not as eye-catching, but again, you can see where it's roughed up with the silver. And then the gold foil sheet is my favorite. You can see parts of silver and gold blended together there. Okay, so with our foil sheets, they are sold in the annual catalog, and I've got it here on page 175. So they're $4 each, so you can get a package of the gold, 2 sheets for $4, or you can get the silver, 2 sheets for $4. And they're 12 by 12, so you can really get a lot of different die cuts and pieces for your card making projects from that. So it's just kind of fun to play with that, and now I'm showing you a new thing to do by sanding them a little bit. And so with our projects, I'll bring those back. The first one was actually made by Cheryl that I was talking about, and she cased it from Linda. So Linda and Cheryl are my friends and showed me this cool sanding technique. And this camera won't do this justice, I'm afraid, but you can kind of see the glimmer of these dragonflies here. And Cheryl used the Succulent Garden Designer Series paper, which is out of the Occasions, and the dragonflies. And actually all three of these cards I'm showing today feature one common denominator, and that is this set that I absolutely love, love, love it. There's the Dragonfly Dreams, and then the detailed Dragonfly framelits. So you can purchase these as a bundle in the Occasions catalog. Aren't they fun? This is very, very popular with Stampin' Up! So there's the dragonflies, and then a couple other cards I made. Actually, that one was Cheryl's, and then I've got 2 that I made myself. And this designer series paper is called Falling in Love. Falling in Love paper from the Occasions. And again, I use the dragonfly with that sanding technique, and use the gold foil, and it shimmers gold and silver both. So that's another card. And then this one, I used the dragonfly down in the corner for the little die, and then I also, for this die here, I use the swirly scribbles, and it's actually this big one right here. These are 2, but this is the one I used to make my swirl on this card. Okay, and then also on this card I used the set from the Occasions catalog that's called So in Love. So I used A Day to Celebrate for the words, and then some of these images over here for the stamping on this card for the flowers and whatnot. Okay, so I'm going to bring them all back. There's this one, these 2 that I made, and one that was inspired by Linda and made by Cheryl. So, aren't they fun? Okay, and then I wanted to also tell you that I'm going to do a video once a month on Tuesdays, and it's going to be the last Tuesday of the month, and I'm going to call it Stampin' Tuesday Tricks. Okay, so I decided for 2017 that I'm going to do that and at least try to do it, 12 times, one each month. And the next one that I'm going to do is going to be Tuesday, 2/28/17. So come back to Lori Stampin' Creations again and check my YouTube video out and see what little tip I'm going to be sharing with you on February 28th. Okay, so write that date down, and you can follow me on YouTube or visit my blog at createwithlori2.blogspot.com. And here's the cards one more time. Thanks for stopping by.